Hey everybody, welcome to our Wednesday night story time. We are going to start it's not a new series, we're going to read a new book tonight that's not in any of our series called Do I Have to Do That? And our verses for tonight come from Colossians. It's 3 verses 20 and 23. So verse 20 says, "Children, always obey your parents, for this pleases the Lord." And verse 23 says, "Work willingly at whatever you do, as if you were working for the Lord rather than for people." And we're going to kind of find out, I know sometimes, so we're going to learn a little bit about what Joey feels like doing his chores, which I know is not a fun word. And so we're going to find out why we have to do chores and what he thinks about that, and maybe why our parents ask us to do things that we don't always want to do. So, our book again is Do I Have to Do That? Let's get started. Hi, my name is Joey. My sister and I live with my mom and dad just outside the city. We each have our own room. I like racing my toy cars around my room, but my favorite thing to do is look at my football cards and trade them with my friends. My little sister's name is Zoe. Zoe loves to play tag and dress up her dolls. Sometimes she spends hours playing with them. We usually get along well, but I'm glad to have my own room to play in. I have a big black dog named Lucky. Zoe has a calico cat that she calls Cinnamon. We have a lot of fun playing outside with Lucky and Cinnamon, but we also have a few important things to do every day that my parents call chores. At first, I did not like the idea of doing chores, but I soon learned that it can be fun and they are a good idea. My first job of the day is to make up my bed. In the beginning, I thought, why should I make up my bed if I'm just gonna mess it up again at the end of the day? But then I thought, if I have a messy bed, where can I put all my football cards to look at? Or how can I play with my toy cars? After I make up my bed, I need to take Lucky outside for a walk and feed him breakfast. Now, if Lucky doesn't go outside right away in the morning, he will make a big mess on the floor. Then I would have to clean it up. Gross. Zoe makes up her bed too, but Cinnamon doesn't have to go outside. She has a special box that Zoe has to clean out. When I come back inside with Lucky, it is time for Zoe and I to get ready for school. We are off to school and it's time to learn, but we can't wait to get back home to our pets. School was fun today. Lucky and Cinnamon are waiting outside of our house for us. We would like to stay outside and play with them, but it's time for Zoe and me to sit down and do our homework. Sometimes it's hard, but it will make me smarter and help me get better grades. If I get better grades, Dad said I can get a new bike. I don't always like homework, but my parents say if we don't do our homework, we won't get dessert. I will do anything for Mom's chocolate cake and ice cream. Mom washed and dried our dirty clothes, but now it's our job to fold the clean clothes. While folding my clothes, I can't help but wonder, what are we gonna have for dinner? Zoe and I finished folding our clothes, so now it's time to put them away. Pants go with pants, shirts with shirts, and underwear with, well, you know, underwear. If we don't fold and put them away, we won't have clothes ready for the next day. It is dinner time, but before we can sit down to eat, Zoe helps Mom set the table with cups and forks. I help by putting out the plates and knives. I understand that if I don't set the table, we won't be able to eat all of Mom's yummy food. We all sit down together and ask God to bless this delicious food that we are thankful for. My mom says that there are a lot of kids that don't get to eat as well as we do. Dinner tonight was great. Lasagna is one of my favorite meals. Hey Mom, Can Zoe and I clear the table and help you and Dad load the dishwasher? Sure, kids, that would be wonderful, Mom says. I know that if I didn't help with the dirty dishes, there would not be enough clean dishes to eat breakfast in the morning, and I love breakfast. I like to have bacon and eggs for breakfast. Zoe, on the other hand, just eats toast. Before it is bedtime, I go and get the broom and Zoe gets the dustpan. It's time to help out by sweeping the floor. While I am sweeping, Zoe is holding the dustpan. We work together to get the job done faster and easier. Without sweeping the floor, everyone has to walk through all the dirt we track in and the crumbs that fall from the table. That would make everything very messy. Now it's almost time for bed, so we clean up our rooms, brush our teeth, and say our prayers. If Zoe and I don't get to sleep on time, we are really tired in the morning and we don't want to get out of bed. I don't like feeling really tired in the morning, and we can't be late for school. Also, my dad says if we don't brush our teeth, they will fall out. Then I will look like my grandpa when he takes his teeth out at night. I am thankful I have my own room, so I'm going to take good care of it by keeping it clean. Dad says that if I take good care of my room, someday he will get me my own car. I am thankful to God for a dad and a mom who love me and teach me about the things I need to take care of. So now I'll say my prayers and say good night. It's really easy sometimes to forget why our moms and our dads ask us to help around the house, to make our beds and to clean up after ourselves. But just like Zoe and Joey found out, the reason we are asked to do those things is so we can have them again for later. Like the dishes, when we put them away and clean them the night before, we'll have them for in the morning. And I know sometimes it's really hard to go to bed, but I know that I get really grumpy in the mornings if I don't have enough sleep. And moms and dads, they know that, which is why they ask us to go to bed on time. And that's why it says in our Bible verse that, you know, children always obey your parents, for this pleases the Lord. And it's because he's taught them what's good for us. And so that pleases him to obey them. And then again, in verse 23 in Colossians, it says, work willingly at whatever you do as if you're working for the Lord and not for people. And that's kind of what Joey and Zoe have figured out, is that if they do things with a good attitude and they do it in a pleasing way to God, then it makes them happy too, because they know that they're doing good. And it's hard sometimes for us to remember that, especially when we're being told to clean up and we'd rather go outside, or we have to go walk the dog. But if we'll just remember this, and that it pleases God to obey our parents and to do things with a happy heart, then it'll make us happy too. I hope you all have a great night. I would love to see you again next week, and we'll start a new series. We hope to see you on Sunday morning, either at 9:45 for Ridge Runners online with Mr. Nathan, or we'll see you at 10:30 at Brookstone. We love you guys. Have a great week.